Good evening and welcome to HAMSHACKTV this Thursday evening. We've got a great show lined up for you. We're very excited to have a special guest with us this evening, and we'll get this party started in just a few minutes here. So let a few more people know that we're now live. Share out the stream, let them know we're here, and we will catch you in just a few. Well, good evening and welcome to HAMSHACKTV. We don't really have a specific sponsor this week for the show. We're Josh's absence. He is moving and getting his new place situated, and hopefully his new studio will be up and running by next week. So we thank you for being here. We only got a few watching, so please go ahead and share out this stream, and we hope to get a few more on the show. We're going to be talking about Moore Expo tonight, and we just want to mention, I don't know if you guys saw a lot of Josh's video, his merging with Ham Radio 2.0, and we think it's going to be a great thing overall, and we're looking forward to see how that's going to turn out and what's going to go on with that. But hope that continue to be watching as that transitions and we go forth into this. So with no further ado, let's get some of our other guests in here. Good old Super Dave. Good evening.
Hey, good evening, all.
Absolutely. Got Michael, our favorite.
Good evening.
Tim. So, absolutely. How you guys all doing this week?
Sure, living a dream.
Absolutely. It's been a good week. It's been really busy at work for me and a lot of stuff going on. But it was an interesting week too, because I think it was last Thursday. I think I'd shared maybe after the stream. I broke off my compact antenna. When I went to the mall to get the new earpod because I'd lost one of them, and then I am traveling up on Friday to my wife in Upper Wisconsin, and I'm coming back on Sunday. I dropped my dog off on Monday afternoon at my in-laws to come back to the cities here, and I looked up and was like, "Oh, there's no whip in my antenna," and I've got the HAS 120 on my truck, so I haven't been run HF this week at all. No. So I don't know what happened to that whip, but it just either snapped off or broke off. I talked to a couple other people, and they have not seen or heard that happen. And this is like the third one that I've had done. So I bought 2 more this week from R&L. They had them in stock, which is really great to hear. They're about $15 a piece. So if you guys have the HAS 120, I'd love to be able to hear in the chat kind of what your thought on that is. If you've ever had the antenna whip just break off from that. But
breaking off, or is it?
Yeah, so there's the top of the ATAS, and then there's a little rubber tip at the very top, and then you kind of keeps some moisture going down inside, and it literally breaks off right either above or right below it. It just snaps off. I don't know if somebody took it and just yanked on it and broke it, or it's just the wind snapped it. I don't know.
Maybe it's those negative 20-degree temperatures you live in.
That's bad. Distinct.
So,
I don't know.
Did you replace it with a Yaesu Stinger, or did you do?
It's the original Yaesu. Yeah.
Are you familiar with the upgrade?
No.
There's another Stinger that you can get to put in, and you lose like 70 and 2, which most people don't use the antenna for, but you get much better performance on the 40 through 6. I'll find the part number.
Yeah, fine. Let me know. Share it in
Yeah.
the private chat or something, or
It's a little
whatever.
bit longer. It's a little bit longer whip, but not
Okay.
bad. Yeah,
I'm
Yeah,
game for
it should
that.
be fine. Oh, there we go. That's what I want.
yeah.
That's pretty funny, Terry. So yeah. Yeah, I can't either prep him, Paul. I agree. That's it's been kind of interesting of where that's at. So who knows? So I don't know how that one came up twice. There we go. Anyway, anybody else got any good news before we let our guest in and get going with that? So
No,
Oh,
we're good.
No, I
nothing.
think we ought to bring the guest in. We got the second hour where we can.
That's true. We can
Give
BS
all
the
our
second
news.
hour.
This isn't
Absolutely.
this isn't the clubhouse where you make them wait 30 minutes before they can come in.
No, didn't want to do that for sure. No,
No.
I know. I had that feeling once on the clubhouse. I know. Well,
Everybody-
good evening, Chris.
Hey guys, pleasure. Thank you for having me. This is awesome. I'm excited.
Good.
Well, as you can see, everybody, by the banner behind it, this is the man behind the Moore Expo. But there's also a couple other expos he does. The Big Iron Rally, where the Big Brutus is. And then he's got the Power Sports Expo used to be part of Moore, though, and he split those off. So welcome, Chris.
Yeah, thank you. I'm excited. I see that your backdrop right there is you guys. Is that last year at Moore?
Yep, that's last year. Yep.
That's the perfect spot for you. I love it. It's
Yep, we're looking forward to being back out there with our trailer again this year. But tell us, let's start off with just tell us a little bit about Moore Expo, guys. I mean, most of us in here are into overlanding or off-roading, so we know what the Moore Expo is. But let's give some of our viewers a little overview of Moore.
Yeah, no doubt. So Moore Expo is the Midwest Overland Off-Road Expo, and it is currently this is year number 7. So it is currently the largest gathering of overland enthusiasts, camp enthusiasts, off-road enthusiasts in the Midwest. We have the event every year in Springfield, Missouri. Family-owned business. I started this event just kind of as a hobby project back in, the idea was in 2018. And then 2020 was our first event. And we've had it every year since, and it's grown. And it's been an absolute blast. It's great for the community. It's good for all the vendors that come in. There are lots of classes to be able to attend. So it's nice. We all get to hang out with our friends and camp and kind of get together every year down in Springfield. But if you're even kind of remotely interested in what overlanding is, or we don't even really have to use that term, the overland term, it's camping really. So if you like taking the road less traveled and getting out and exploring, this is a great place. It's a great event to come in and maybe take some classes. So every year we offer 4 different classes every hour on the hour. So this year we'll have 70 class hours that are taught during Moore Expo, and it's anything from radios and comms to first aid, trauma. We've got instructors that are teaching camp cooking. We've got instructors that are teaching low voltage electronics, 12 volt, stuff like that. We've got, battery and solar, and then outside we've actually got hands-on classes, which is really neat. You're able to go out there and work hand in hand with Aaron Paris and some of the other I4WDTA team of instructors. And if anybody out there isn't familiar with I4, they are the ones who set the standard for what training is supposed to be in the off-road world. So they've got some really cool stuff out there. Actually, this year we're talking about building a water pit so we can do true water fording. We've got a mulch pit that's what is it? It's 50,000 pounds of shredded tire mulch. And the cool thing about it is we use Jersey barriers to kind of make a pool out of it. And then any vehicle, whatever it is, you pull it up in there. If you bump the gas on that rubber tire mulch, it'll lay frame and it's a true stuck vehicle. So we're actually teaching how to instruct winch recoveries with a stuck vehicle, and you're not stuck in the mud. So that's one of the nice things about the mulch for that is you don't end up with a boot full of mud trying to learn there.
So
You
real
do that
quick,
back behind the grandstands.
Yeah, back behind the grandstands. Yeah, and those classes, they're we try to keep them smaller. So those are actually VIP courses. So if you buy a VIP ticket to Moore Expo, which is a $20 upcharge, trust me, it's worth way more than that. But that keeps those hands-on classes more private and personal connection with those.
can you tell us when the Moore Expo is?
Moore Expo is coming up soon, April 17th and 18th.
Okay. And that's, I'm sure there's a website or something we can go to find out more information.
Mooreexpo.com, and that's MOOREEXPO.
I'm
Okay, I'm
dropping
just gonna
it
put
in
it
the
in-
chat right now.
Oh, okay. You beat me to it then, Dave.
And
That's like-
yeah, I was gonna say, to expand on it, now the show itself is on the 17th and 18th, which is Friday and Saturday. But camping, if you have VIP camping and parking, you could come in as early as I think Wednesday, if I remember right,
Yep.
from years past, and then all day Thursday. So the official event is not going on. The community, and that's what Chris, what you've seen with us and amateur radio. Is there's a whole community of people that come out, and there's also that in the overlanding community too. So there'll be plenty of opportunities to hang out, socialize, network with other people from other parts of the country that will come into this event. So there's much more than just the 2 days for the event itself. The structured 2 days.
Yeah. The fun parts are it's Wednesday after 5 on the early camping, and then GA tickets come in Thursday at 11. We open up for them. But man, just Thursday down in the campground is cool. Everybody's setting up.
Yep.
Like, I've got work to do up on the hill getting the show ready.
Yeah, I know. Every year we're like, "Hey, Chris, come on, Chris, come over and have a beer." I can't do it.
I'll
I bet-
tell you this,
I bet-
guys. Once the show starts, we can talk to Chris before the show gets going. I call Chris and talk to him on the phone. But once the show starts, it's almost impossible to get Chris to stop to be able to talk for 5 minutes.
Yeah, that's not happening.
Yep.
But Chris, I mean, Overlanders know about it. We've always had the West Overland show and the East Overland show. Is it because we didn't have nothing in the center of the country that is why you came up with the idea for more?
Yeah, that was one of the main reasons. I wanted so bad, and this is before I had the freedom of working for myself. I punched a clock every day. I was in a position where I was working 60 hours a week most of the time, and I wanted to go to East, or I wanted to go to West. I wanted to go to an overlanding event. And I had been to Rendezvous, so don't let me make it sound like we're the first overlanding event in the Midwest, because we are not. Rendezvous in the Ozarks is a fantastic show. But I wanted to go to a true vendor expo trade show, and I want to go shopping, and I want to look at all this neat stuff and meet people in the industry, and it just didn't exist without taking 2 weeks. So I thought, if I can't go to the expo, I'm just going to bring it here and see if it'll work. And we started super small. We only had 30,000 square feet and 50 vendors at the expo. It was awesome. It was so much fun that first year. There was an archery tournament going on in the East Hall while we were having Moore Expo in the West Hall. And I think if I remember right, the Hot Rod, the Legends Hot Rod Association was in the center hall doing something. And it's funny because now we occupy the entire 72 acres now.
Wow. So, quick question: when I think of off-roading or overlanding, I'm thinking of having the Broncos, the Jeeps, kind of the souped-up trucks with maybe a camper in the back and those sort of things. But in my world, for off-roading, is taking a side-by-side, a four-wheeler, and going out in the trails and riding that way as well. So, what do you kind of encompass to either bring those two pieces together, or is it already included for anything? We don't care what it is. You're off-roading, no matter what your vehicle is. So how do you look at that per se?
So everybody looks at off-roading different, and
That's exactly right. That's where I'm going with that. Exactly. So.
Like, to some people, other people don't off-road hard enough, and to other people, some people, just go out and go too crazy and break their stuff. There's no like right or wrong answer to whatever it is. I can tell you,
Sure.
The transition that I went through was big tire Jeeps and heavy rock crawling at most of the off-road parks here in the Midwest.
Sure.
Then this whole overland thing really kind of kicked off here in the Midwest about, I don't know, 10 years ago or so. And it just seemed like, I was like, man, I really like the camping aspect of this whole deal. So it kind of turned into how far in the backwoods can we get our vehicles and go camp out? Like, how remote can we get? We know that the vehicles are capable. So if there's anything that crazy comes up, we'll be all right. But the more and more I've done it and gotten out there, I really honestly have, and this is just the transition. I haven't been to an off-road park in probably 6 years to do any real hardcore wheeling, but I'm probably running 400 miles of gravel road, back road a month, just out exploring and finding neat things to see. You go find an old mill or an old, like a spring, or I love going down in southern Missouri and finding all the caves and stuff like that. And it's, you don't need a 37-inch Toyota Tundra like I've got to do it.
Right.
You can do it in a front-wheel drive Cadillac if you want to.
What I'm hearing Marvin and Chris say is that you're okay to drive your Subaru.
Yeah, is that where we're going with that?
Well, everything Chris is talking about, I wouldn't have a problem taking my wife's GMC Acadia to do a lot of that stuff.
Yeah.
We do a lot of that here in Missouri. I mean, like Chris said, down in southern Missouri, we got a lot of things that might not necessarily, because when I think of real off-roading, I was one of those ones when I was younger, all the crazy stuff. I mean, most people would not want to get in our vehicles where we went. But we got a lot of stuff in southern Missouri where you can actually get off grid and get out overlanding and not really need, like he said, a big four-wheel drive to get there.
Have you guys heard of the Midwest Discovery Route? Have you seen any?
No, I still want to do that.
So that's relatively new for Moore Expo. The way that it's set up, this is a third year for it. It's registration closed yesterday, so I wish we're always a day late and $1 short on that. But for next year, keep it in mind. So every year we go out and we find 4 different locations that take about 2 days on back gravel roads. So we try to make it about 300 miles of gravel road, and all 4 of those locations come into Moore Expo. So like we've been down at Midland Radio, they're the sponsor for it. We've been down there packing the boxes and kits that go out. So you register for this thing, and then you have no idea really what the route is until you receive the rally book in the mail. Rally book comes to you, and then you've got like 4 or 5 days to look through this thing before you hit the road. So all you gotta know is you're camping 2 nights and you're bombing down gravel roads for 2 days. And there are sights to see along the way, cool old bridges and all the caves and springs. We include all that. So like this year we did Columbia, Missouri as a starting point, and that runs along like the Missouri River and comes in that way. Then we've got one that starts in Cape Girardeau and comes up through southern Missouri and goes through like Eminence and things like that. It's beautiful. We've got one that starts in Fort Smith, Arkansas. So the ride from Fort Smith, Arkansas up to Springfield back roads is great. And then one that starts in Topeka, Kansas and comes in. So we try to do a pretty good perimeter of Springfield and just we route it out and you get the rally book and it's turn by turn directions. So you got to pay attention as you're going and watch your mileage. And it's pretty slick.
So is it something you can also put in? You can import that into like a KML file, like an SD card, and put it in your GPS, or do you just have a book, all by book?
You just have a book. Yeah, we keep it old school. We keep it fun and exciting that way because the routes don't get out, they don't get leaked, they don't get shared, and they're nowhere on the internet. They're on my computer and Ryan's, our rally navigators, and that's it.
So do you have to go out and drive those and learn them before you start making the routes then?
Yeah, we do. So what we do is Ryan's got a company called Chasing Topography, and he does this with his company. He does guided routes and stuff. So the way that he does it is he does a bunch of history research in the area and finds all of the historic sites.
Yep.
The old bridges and springs and neat sites. And then he gets his map out and pins each one. And then he just finds the coolest looking gravel roads that connect all of them and makes them work their way towards Springfield. So once he does all that with a satellite image, then him and I go out and we spend the 2 days and we run the route. And then from there, we take all our notes, street signs, don't drive off this cliff kind of stuff. And then it goes right into the system called Rally Navigator and it spits out a rally book. And that's what we print and then send out to everybody that's participating in that. But it's so cool. I think this year we've got 300 people registered for it.
Oh, wow. That's huge. That's a lot.
That is huge.
Yeah, it's great. Yep.
There was about 10 years ago, we went out to South Dakota and just went on 4-wheelers. And we found like this kind of cool, like they called it horse cave. We found like literally this hole in the ground that you could go down into. Like they had little steps to go down there. They had like a little cave down inside there. There was these rock walls you could go find, and like they had some really cool Jeeps out there doing like climbing these 6-foot walls and driving down this riverbed creek, and just a lot of cool stuff with side by sides and 4-wheelers. And I know a lot of people have a lot of fun with the bigger side by sides and 4-wheeled vehicles. From a kind of sport vehicle or even the Jeeps and stuff. But this sounds like it's a really cool expo overall to be at. I mean, it seems like you have a lot going on. I mean, how many people do you have in attendance usually if you got 300 people just taking the trail system? Yeah,
300 people just taking the trail system. And that grows every year. The show last year, between the 2 days, we saw just a little over 9,000 people come in.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a
solid. So you guys have vendors of all sorts that are there then as well that people can look at new equipment from winches to vehicles or tires and safety equipment and all kinds of stuff too.
Yeah, so safety equipment that all goes to, a lot of it is done by Aaron Paris with Switchback Outdoor Safety, who runs the hands-on classes. He's also got a booth with some great safety recovery gear. Warren Winch, Factor 55 comes in. They've got their semi truck that's going to be there this year.
Oh, really? I carry Factor 55 on my ATV or my side by side. It's really cool. It's good stuff.
Yeah,
it's amazing stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, well made. But rooftop tents, ground tents, all the camping accessories that you could ever want. So camp chairs, fire starters, camp stoves, recovery boards. Pelican, we've got a Pelican case custom upfitter there that does custom Pelican cases. So like you guys, for some of your radio equipment, this would be a good company for you. You can send them the measurements of all your equipment, and they will send you a case that's custom cut out, so everything will lay in. So they're a great one. Vehicle builders, wheel and tire manufacturers. You name it. Yeah. If it can be bolted to a vehicle, or if you need it while you're camping, it's there, and there are 3 or 4 that sell it. One of the things that we've got that's really cool this year for vendors is adventure trucks. So we worked extra hard to bring in as many big, bad adventure trucks as we could find. And what I mean by that is you're talking like 6x6 military trucks converted over into a luxury camper, Unimog
Oh, wow.
built out into really cool, travel the world type camping setups.
Shut up and take my money.
Yeah, $250,000.
Oh,
Michael, we'll be setting up camp Wednesday night. You're more than welcome to join us.
Dude, I have so wanted to go down to Moore Expo. Before I moved from Tennessee to Massachusetts, yes, I did that. I
did too, and I regret it. I got out sooner than you did.
Yeah, you did. But I moved, and I actually had registration for Ozarks. We were going to do a whole big convoy down there from Tennessee. We had like 15 vehicles. Most of them were FJ Cruisers, and we were going to just come down and swamp the place. And then Moore blew up, and like, dude, we got to go to Moore. But I had to move. I never got to go to Ozarks. I had to ask for a refund. I was in so much pain, man.
So I do want to.
Well, you can always come next year.
I do want to point out on the Moore Expo website, there's a nice video that's playing that shows a lot of the stuff that Chris is talking about with the recovery classes, outdoor, the pit and everything, where the rubber and stuff. If you're wanting to get an idea of some of the stuff that they're doing, and a good overview shot of the entire facility.
Yeah, it's freaking awesome.
Yeah.
We don't have the largest fairground in the state, but our buildings at the Greene County Fairgrounds, Chris packs it. That's all I can say is he packs it.
Me too. I just keep remembering back to having the archery tournament in the hall right next to us. It's pretty awesome.
Awesome.
I remember that one. That was actually a NAS tournament going on.
Oh yeah. Yep.
The big arena up top that we've got now, is that where most of the trailers go?
So no, we're not using the big arena up top. And the reason is it's just out of sight enough that the attendees you can't make eye contact. And for the folks that come in for the day and they don't look at the map and, they're just in one thing or focused on it, you can completely miss it, which is why that we still have the vendors outside on the lot instead of up in that building. The building would be great. I think it's 60,000 square feet on the floor.
Wow.
It would definitely house all of our camp trailers or anything like that, all those vendors. But it just, the foot traffic, it's a bit of a walk to get up there. Whenever you're there and whenever you picture it mentally, it doesn't seem like that bad, but it's a pretty decent hike, and it just kind of gets hidden back there.
Yep. And you're right, because the gates you come in, because where you've got us setting our trailer up down there by the gates where you come in, you can't see that building even once you get to the entrance to the buildings you're using. You still can't see that building up there, and that's a big arena they just rebuilt.
That's part of the reason we moved the Power Sports Expo, and we don't have it in tandem with Moore Expo anymore, because the foot traffic that, it takes an entire day, 2 days if you're doing it right, to walk around Moore Expo. So finding the time to get out to that other building it just doesn't happen. So yeah, that's kind of what drove the move to moving the Power Sports side down to Oklahoma.
Yeah.
I
just want to take. Oh, go ahead, Dave.
Go ahead, Marvin.
No,
it's not just in the building. It's not just in the building. He's got what he's called Storyteller Row, and then he's got vendors outside in front of the building where he's got everybody in. So it definitely, to truly walk around it, it's a 2-day show.
Yeah.
Wow. That's really cool. I just want to take a break here real quick and just remind everybody we're watching HAMSHACK TV here with our guest Chris Holloway from Moore Expo, which will be held in Springfield, Missouri, April 17th through the 18th. And so, if you get a chance to go down and visit, we did put a link into the show notes a few minutes ago for moreexpo.com. You can find out more information there. And, really find that, this sounds like it's a very exciting show to go to. I mean, it seems like it's really a lot happening there. The other thing is, tonight we don't really have any super chats on the list per se, but let's see if we can throw a few out there. Maybe get even a couple, one or two that give Josh a little surprise when he gets back. That he's got a couple super chats from the show. If we can make something happen, and just saying, hey, we miss you, Josh. We appreciate that, and hopefully his house moving is going well. We talked to him right before the show went on, and he was in the middle of moving stuff in his garage. So. We're doing well there. But thanks for joining us here. We got about 25 people watching, so we'd like to see a few more. Just let people know you're watching, Hamshack TV, and we really appreciate it. So, absolutely. We'll get back to you guys again. I just wanted to kind of bring that up to everybody's attention and kind of give an update where we're at. So, go ahead, Tim.
Can you highlight Pepe's comment from 826 asking about the question? Is more
it's the last comment. I answered them, but yeah,
right above that. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, more Expo is off-roading and overlanding. There is a large and growing ham radio community of overlanders that show up. We've been going out every year. This will be my third year there. Jason, Ham Radio 2.0, Kyle, and those guys have been there probably 2 more years earlier than I did. So it's growing, and at some point we're going to talk to Chris about integrating some actual amateur radio content into their training schedule. He doesn't know that yet, but
where were you a month ago when we made the schedule?
I have been so busy, but this is the other side of it. I have an overland. I started as an overlanding channel, and I had some personal stuff that came up, and I wasn't able to get out and travel as much, nor invest in a trailer. But I've got the truck, and so I started doing amateur radio stuff as part of my YouTube content. And all of a sudden, I get a big, massive people who are wanting more amateur radio stuff. So it's there, and that's actually how I met Jason, Ham Radio 2.0. Now I've kind of shifted into more of a ham radio channel, but I still enjoy getting out. Now for the overlanding community, the ones that are especially out in BLM land, GMRS radio, CB, stuff like that is a common form of communication, but it's a line of sight and it's limited in range. And this is where amateur radio comes in, because you can use that same power level type of radio and utilize the ionosphere and talk to people on the other side of the country. So there's some great benefits, some opportunity for when people are out on BLM land and there's no infrastructure at all, being able to use the amateur radio stuff to gain it. And there's been a couple incidents in the last few years. One in Death Valley, where a gentleman was trapped, had no service at all, but was able to use his amateur radio to contact somebody out on the East Coast, gave him his coordinates, and they were able to get a hold of the ranger station for Death Valley National Park, and they were able to locate him and get him the assistance they needed. And during that same summer, I think 1 or 2 other people had died, stuck out in BLM land, that they followed their GPS, and next thing you know, they're taking a diesel pusher down a road that should have been not there, and they passed away, unfortunately. So there's great opportunities for those communities to mesh together, and it's grown. We're seeing it every year that we're going there. There's more and more people that have gotten licensed and coming over and saying hi. And now, last year, Dave's group there locally is bringing out their emergency response trailer and just helping kind of grow that awareness. Steve from Alpha Antennas has set up the last couple of years and is demonstrating just having that radio on when people walk by and they're hearing people talk from sometimes outside of the United States. It kind of catches their attention and they stop to see what's going on. So lot of,
Well,
lot of
that's
stuff there.
that's where I kind of like where he put us with the trailer.
Mhm.
Because last year I was actually the Florida QSO party was going on, and I was making contacts in the Florida QSO party, and somebody walked through the gate, and they heard me, and he walked over and asked me, "Did you say you were just talking to Florida on that?" And I told him, "Yeah." And he actually then started getting interested, and actually took some information, and has reached out to me a couple times. He's actually working towards getting his ham license.
Cool.
Dave, I think I recognize that beard in your background.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Wait, is that Bill over there?
that is Bill.
Yep, sure is.
Is that Bill?
Yeah, it is.
Wow.
But like this year, we're actually setting a GMRS repeater up at the site. So I'm gonna use GMRS to try to draw all kinds of people from around down to our end, and get them to come down and look.
Nice. That's very cool. Do you have a lot of radio vendors there, Chris, at the Moore Expo?
Nothing in the amateur setup except for you guys setting up out there, Dave.
Sure.
We've got for communications, we've got Midland Radio. Midland Radio has been a partner, and they are a true partner of ours, and helped us get through so many ins and outs with the expo. But Midland Radio's there, and then here in the past couple of years, we've had, I think for the past 2 years, we've had Rugged Radios coming in.
I was just going to ask you, is Rugged Radio there? I mean, it's like they're pretty big in the off-world, as well for radios, and they do a great little job of like different headsets and your helmets and microphones and push button microphones on your steering wheel and stuff. I mean, I've seen all kinds of stuff that they've done. It's pretty cool. So
yeah, and then Cobra has been there.
oh wow,
They were there 2 years ago, weren't they?
Yeah, the past 2 years, Cobra's been in. And if I'm not, they've got the radar detectors and stuff like that. But if I'm not mistaken, I think they're doing GMRS too. I don't think they're GMRS anymore.
I'm pretty sure they are making GMRS radios too.
I see you have Deep Sleep.
Yep, Deep Sleep.
I actually just bought a mattress from them before the trip I took down to Florida.
How do you like it?
I love it. It fits perfect right in the back of the Bronco. So
cool.
Yeah, it's like 5 inches deep of memory foam.
So that comment there, Chris, Prep and Paul's one of the ones that comes out. He said he bought 2 Cobra GMRS radios there last year.
That's perfect. I love it. Yeah, it's nice to have a good selection of them there.
And I think that's exactly right. You never go off road without some form of communication gear. In the 90s, it was CB. Now I'm running the GMRS ham radio and CB. So that's when we go ATV running. We'd always have, everybody would have a handheld, and I even bought some just cheap Bayo things and stick them on like MERS frequencies, and we'd talk them on, because my one buddy was not a ham radio operator, and so we'd just use another couple handhelds with us, and they're Bayo things. They were $15. You got dusty, dirty, wet, whatever. You threw it away and moved on. But yeah, it's pretty cool. Even in, if a lot of people, obviously have, again, my world is the side-by-sides and ATVs and stuff. And that's where I've been riding for, I've lost track of how many years it's been, but, 20, probably 20 years at least. And, those things still get stuck, and you still get out in the middle of the backwoods and trails and into mud. And learning how to take a class on recovery is actually very important, because those ropes and lines can snap, and knowing how to correctly buckle and use a tree or something for your leverage to be able to pull and help get the other one out is very important to know. So it's pretty cool that you have all classes that help people learn that type of stuff, because there's probably not a lot of opportunity out there otherwise for it.
The issue with it is, and I speak for myself, but I think I speak for all of us men. And we get out on the trail, and we've got a winch, and we've got a bag of recovery gear that's never been opened, but we're pretty sure we can figure it out, right? And most of the time we can, and that's okay. But the issue is that one thing that you don't do correctly can end a life, or it can hurt somebody else. I don't know. I see it at least once or twice a year where somebody uses a kinetic rope and hooks it to a ball hitch, and that ball hitch snaps off and becomes a cannonball and shoots right through the windshield and right through the driver.
Yeah.
Wow.
That happened about 5 years ago, I think, with a YouTuber, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
It's things like that, which that's one of the biggest, it's not so much a want to know. It's really a need to know, in order just to be able to do things safely. So that's why we have I4 come in, and we don't have anybody else instructing in there. It's just the true I4 instructors.
Well, it's certainly about safety, but I think there's also that component to it is doing it efficiently and effectively, because I mean it is using a lot of physics when you go into doing some winching and stuff and trying to figure those stuff out, and I guess you'd call it average Joe could probably figure it out for the most part, but may not always do it right, and it can become a hazard very quickly. So it is cool to know that type of stuff and how to do it. I mean, I've done I took a class or did some training on it somewhere along the way at one point, and it was like, wow, I had no idea, so.
Yeah, you remember that stuff when you get out there. It's amazing, even just the training that these trainers go through in order to get that certification. It's I think it's about $5,000 to go take the test.
Wow.
The test, I believe, is 4 or 5 days long, and you're put in real world situations out in the desert or wherever it may be, with a group, and it's completely pass or fail. You missed one thing, and you kiss your $5,000 in 5 days goodbye, and you can go back and take it again, but it is strictly pass or fail. So the amount of information that these guys have in their head is remarkable. Anything from tire treads to.
We used to when I was in the Navy, we had to use capstan winches to bring the aft fore and aft of the ship in. And you start talking about the weight with even the synthetic ropes. So they were using natural ropes when I started, but we switched over to synthetic. If one of those things snaps, you're talking it's 700 miles an hour that thing is traveling. It's going to take your legs off, or whatever it hits. It's going through you. So having the mind, that is one of those no fail situations for those trainers. They have to teach you how to do it properly. And there's a lot of things you can learn from a YouTube video. That is not one of them. I
agree 100%.
That's
and
why
I truly go ahead, Mike.
I've been quiet all night. That's one. I was just gonna say that's one thing why I like synthetic winch line. One reason is it's steel cable, the steel rope. It holds so much energy when it lets go, where the synthetic winch line will pretty much drop to a fair distance. I mean, it'll drop within like 5-10 feet. I've seen way too many recoveries with old or wore out or braided steel rope, and I was glad I was not in a few of those areas, because I just seen them pop, and it's like, no more. I just changed out my my winch line to 100 foot, but I got a little bit stronger winch line than what came with the winch. I figured the winch is going to fail before the damn winch line fails. So, I always upgrade the winch line past what the capacity of the winch is. So I know that winch line has very less opportunity to fail than the winch.
See, and to me, I agree with you on that. But like he said about the safety, truly learning the proper and the safe way to do it makes you efficient in recovery. I'm an old desert rat, and people don't realize, even out in the desert, they think that it's real easy to recover out there. I've actually seen guys destroy vehicles because they didn't know how to recover them. Sand's a different animal. But to me, it's all about the safety. But I was just looking at the time, and we've been talking about Moore Expo, but Chris actually has 2 other expos that I know of. I don't know if you do any more, but the one that I think is probably the one that would draw the most attention, just by the device that is on property, the Big Iron Rally. Tell us about the Big Iron Rally, Chris, because Big Brutus, it's a attraction on its own.
Yeah. So the Big Iron Overland Rally came as a product of really as a product of COVID. So in 2021, we were able to have Moore Expo, but it was terrible. It was masks and social distancing and 9-11 hand sanitizers in your pocket and on all these rules. And it was a weird, Moore Expo's always got such a great vibe to it, but it was just odd that year, not unlike every other part of the world. So we were leaving there, and my brother, Paul Holloway, he had a great idea. He said, "Hey, we should throw a party for all of the people that just put up with all that crap." And I thought, you know what? That sounds like a great idea. I just need to find a spot to do it. So fast forward a couple months, and we were doing a Kansas gravel road trip where we started at the Colorado border and worked our way all the way back to the Missouri border, only on gravel roads. And that was like a 5-day trip it took us to get across, but we kind of loosely picked where we were going to camp along the way. But we knew we wanted to get back to Big Brutus and camp there. It would have been our first time there. So I called ahead, and I got Joe Manns on the phone. He was the manager there. I said, "Hey, Joe, crazy idea, but it's me and a group of like 3 other rigs. We would love to make a donation to the historic monument if we can, in return, camp down by the bucket." And he said, "Oh, yeah, I think we could probably do that." He said, "What do you have in mind for a donation?" And I asked him what he thought would be fair, and he said $50. And I said, "All right, so Moore Expo is going to make a $500 donation, and we're going to come down and camp and hang out." That's when I learned that not only is the machine, this picture doesn't do it justice. It doesn't. Insane. Not only is the machine epically cool to see, to be around, to go up inside, but it's all the old miners that used to work on the machine. They're the ones that run this museum. They're there every day. They're cutting the grass. They're building fences. They're building playgrounds for kids to play on. So we saw that, and it was like, this is amazing. All right, we're going to do the event here. And we made the Big Iron Overland Rally kind of music focused, and we made it into a 2-day music festival for the overland camper and outdoor enthusiast. That was originally designed as a part of my company as a revenue generator. And during that first Big Iron Overland Rally, we just really saw the beauty of preserving this machine. And we decided that, you know what, we're giving all of our proceeds right back. And we announced it on stage that first night. We had a change of heart, and all the money that this event made, we're gonna donate right back. And in 5 years that the event's been going on, we've raised $75,000 to restore that machine through the Big Iron Overland Rally, which, one of the fundraiser items is every year we have the Big Iron, the official Big Iron guitar that all the miners sign, and then all the bands sign, and then that goes up for auction every year. So we do a live auction on site, which is a lot of fun. It's a great fundraiser. There's classes, kayak.
Marvin, bring that back up real quick, because I can the Big Brutus.
Oh, that one.
Right here, guys, where my arrow is, you can barely see it. That is actually a car parked there, to give you an idea of
there is, isn't there?
massive this machine.
Are those
Yes,
porta potties? Are those porta potties?
Yeah.
Those. Yep.
There we go.
That's how massive this machine is.
Can we?
Holy crap!
Can we rate this in Bowfangs?
I don't know if I could come up with that number, Tim. That's how big this thing is. You've got to see it in person to really
So
get the full effect of it.
some fun statistics are the machine, the top of the boom there is 160 feet to the top deck. So it's actually
Wow.
155 to the top rail. The machine weighs 12 million pounds. Each one of those treads on that track, see the forward tracks down there, each one of those treads weighs over a ton. So each one of those treads is like 2,400 pounds.
How did they get that thing in place? Just amazing.
They drove it there.
Yeah. So it was assembled at Bucyrus Erie at the plant. I believe that's in Pennsylvania.
Yep.
And it was all designed, built, and fully assembled there. Then they tested operations, then they disassembled it. And it came into West Mineral, Kansas on, I believe, over 100 train cars. So then there were cranes and welders that worked 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for a year to final assembly and build that. Once it was built, it started digging right where it was built. And the machine moves its top speed is 0.23 miles per hour. And that would be pretty fast. You wouldn't want to go that fast in that thing. So it would dig strip mines that were 100 feet wide and 50 feet deep and usually about a mile long, where they'd chase the coal seam. And its job was to pull 90 yards at a time. That's how big the bucket is. The bucket is large enough to park a 4-door Jeep Wrangler in.
Yep.
So it would pull 90 yards at a time and dig the overburden out of these coal mines, and then they'd come in with smaller equipment and actually pull out the coal. But one of the really cool things about where Big Brutus sits right now, that's its final resting place where they parked it. The operator, his name was Dave Kimry. He's the one that parked it when they closed the mine, and that was it. But it sits right outside the last mine that he dug, which is 100 feet wide, 50 feet deep. It's full of water now. You can boat in it. People do a lot of fishing out there. It's protected by Kansas wildlife. So in that little picture, there's a huge boulder that's sitting just to the right of where Big Brutus's bucket is. And
so I want to bring this back around for just a second, because we got somebody asking us, like, I don't know what the stream's about. And so, but, this is, from my understanding, David, you probably explain it better than I can, but part of Moore Expo is also, they host another event called the Big Iron, and that's out in Kansas. And does that have a little bit of off-roading there too, or it's just a big camping event? I guess I'm not really sure what the event is for sure, so I'm not familiar with it. So
yeah, the event's a 2-day music festival for off-road and camping enthusiasts, and there is some off-roading. Okay. We've got a 100-mile route that goes through Kansas and kind of takes you guided route through the back roads out there.
Okay. So, and then did you have another event too? I think Dave was talking about maybe.
Yeah, the other one, it sounds like it's right up your alley, Marvin. It's the Power Sports Expo.
Okay.
So it is now the largest power sports equipment expo in the Midwest, and that happens in Muskogee, Oklahoma. We've got over 100 vendors coming in this year. We've got a payday race, which is a bounty racetrack. So 2 tire classes, fastest lap around the track, I hand you $3,000 cash. So that's pretty cool. And then they're doing Battle of the Builds out there too, which are the 72-inch tire razors and side-by-sides with nitrous oxide, and they race like a 300-foot long, 6-foot mud pit. It's wild. But that's also a trade show expo for anybody that's interested in the power sports side of off-road.
I got to go back to Big Iron for just a second. Eric, N1JUR, I thought we were considered Big Iron with antenna. That's a good question. I bet it would. It's up there quite a ways. That'd be kind of funny. So it's a good question. You put a hook of coax to it somehow, and see if we could get that thing to make some contacts. So,
Yeah.
anyway,
That would be cool.
that'd be cool.
It would antenna. I guarantee it.
Right.
I guarantee it'll handle
Exactly.
some power too.
Yeah, might want to throw 1,500 watts at that thing. So,
And guys, I mean, Chris was gracious enough to come on because, like Tim had talked about, there's a bunch of us that go out to the Moore Expo, bringing ham radio to Moore Expo, and my club takes a trailer out there. Chris was gracious, and he embraces us coming out, and he was gracious enough to come on the stream tonight. So I figured I'd let him promote his other two expos. And like you said, the power sports one, that's Marvin was asking about side by sides and stuff. That's more up his road. And then the big iron rally, like you said, it's a music festival and overland show, but it's another overland deal, and just the big Brutus itself is a draw.
Yeah. Yeah. If you don't make it out for that event specifically, just go check it out. It's in West Mineral, Kansas. It's open 7 days a week. Just go see it.
it looks like a really cool thing to go see. I mean, just like one of those, hey, I got to go see that. That's really cool. So, I mean, just because it's the sheer size of that thing is just, humongous. So, or some people would go huge.
Dude,
So,
it's the biggest I've ever seen.
Oh, it fits perfect, Marvin. But I know, Chris, I appreciate you coming on tonight, and I appreciate you embracing us and working with us and letting us bring the trailer out and stuff at the show.
Yeah, it's my pleasure, guys. Absolutely.
Anybody that's in the area, and even something like Tim said, they've got camping on site. It's a fun weekend. Everything about it, not just the show. You get a great show if you're into overlanding, camping, even if you're just into camping. Some of the vendors out there's stuff that I've seen, and I mean, I've been off-roading for a long time, and some of the stuff they're coming up with nowadays, I was blown away by some of these vendors that are in there. What do you think, Tim?
Oh, absolutely. There is all kinds of fun things, whether you're looking for individual stuff. Like last year, I bought a towel, but a camping towel that's like a chamois or a squeegee or whatever. And
I have one of those.
You get out there, you dry it off, and you can throw it up on the hook, and it's dry in 3.5 minutes. And that is awesome. And I bought that because Bill bought one the year before. So, and now I've been dragging it around with me, and I like it, but just little things like that. There's obviously big ticket items there, but there's a bunch of little creature type comforts and things like that make camping just a little bit better. And it's very family friendly too, which is another big thing. Yeah. It's ShamWow for Timmy. John.
It definitely is. And Chris puts on a great show out there. So guys, if you're anywhere in the Midwest, I mean, I think Michael should plan on meeting and coming down next year. No, he can't come this year, but I think he should plan on it for next year to be at the Moore Expo.
We've got in our group alone.
You're muted.
I'm muted. Okay, so I was just looking to Big Brutus. That drive is going to be almost 23 hours.
Piece of cake.
You got that.
Yeah, come on.
That one's going to be 23 hours, so it's going to be a definitely 2-3 day drive.
2 days.
And
where's whoa.
Moore's in Springfield. It's about hour and a half closer.
I'm doing the mapping right now.
Are you in Canada or something?
What?
So, Julie,
Canada?
first of all,
Dude, I'm up in Massachusetts.
No
Julie,
dumb
first
question,
of all,
Julie.
there's no dumb question coming from you, Julie, ever, no matter what it is. But where is it?
It is in Springfield, Missouri.
Go ahead, And then Big Iron is in Midland, Kansas, you said?
West Mineral, Kansas.
Oh, West Mineral.
Yep.
And then the Power Sports Show was in Midland, Oklahoma. There we go.
No,
Muskogee, Oklahoma.
Muskogee.
Muskogee.
Chris,
I'm not still wrong. I don't know
But
where
I
I got
bet
Midland
Midland
from.
loves all the. I bet Midland Radio loves all the branding you just did for them.
Yeah, right, no doubt. I don't know where I got
Mr.
Midland
Holloway,
from, but I don't know
sir.
where I pulled that.
I'm
Mr.
actually
Holloway, sir. I just clicked on moreexpo.com and it's not there. I just got a womp womp.
What?
We, yeah,
Website went down. We just killed it. We had so many people going and checking it out. It's we took it offline.
I'm refreshing the page.
so
I just-
unfortunately, in March we had a malware hack, and it took the super ninjas about 2 days to get everything cleared out and get us back on track. But Google recognized us as a dangerous website, which it is not. But we were flagged by Google. So that flag means that some firewalls and some Wi-Fi networks are going to flag that. Usually, if that's the case and that's something that you see, you can check it on your mobile or just shut your Wi-Fi off and use cellular and it'll kick on. But a major kick in the stomach for us being this close to an event. Like we rely on our website, and just goes to show you, and everybody be careful, you know, with everything going on in the world, scams and hacking is on its way up. So keep an eye out. But yeah, that's the exciting answer for you, Michael.
Michael, did you use the
Yeah.
link I
Okay. So
dropped?
now I'm figuring this out. Ozark Empire is a 20-hour drive. It's almost the
told you it's
same drive
closer.
down to Kansas.
So the website, when you go to it, should look like this. So I'm using a Safari browser, and look, yeah, you even got live music there. I mean, there's part of the show floor. It looks like, and vendors and outdoors.
I'm right
So-
there. I'm well. Yep. See. Yep. Well, you guys missed
Yeah.
me.
Have you
Yeah.
the video, Tim?
I think so.
No way.
He's
Yeah.
infamous.
But I know my Gazelle tent's in there, and the one old Jeep that was in there was they were camping right next to us. They're also
I don't know if
Look, it's a
also hand
Toyota.
radio operators too.
Look, it's another Toyota.
All right, guys,
So-
it's 8:00, and I
There's a
know
couple. There's a couple Toyotas out there. But
Chris was gracious enough to join us tonight, and I know you said you had some things, because I know you're busy trying to finish the finals, getting ready, because you only got what, a week and a half.
Don't remind me.
Now he's gonna go ahead and figure out how to fix a website. So
Yeah, I got enough heartburn. I don't even need to look at a calendar. We'll be ready when we get there.
say what, Chris, set aside 10 minutes on Wednesday night so you can at least stop by and have a beer with us.
Deal.
All right.
Yeah,
there you go.
yeah. Call it a deal. I'll
All right.
come find you.
Yeah. You
Well,
can,
Chris, thank you for joining us here this evening on HAMSHACK TV. We really appreciate you coming out and talking about Moore Expo and Big Iron and the power sports in Oklahoma there. So it's really good to know. I think, Michael's an overlander. Tim's kind of does a little bit off-roading. Dave's done some in the past. And I've done some ATV side-by-side type stuff. It's been a couple years since I've done that, but hoping to get back into it up in northern Wisconsin again now. And so it's always a fun time to go out and do those things. And it's great. So I would like to maybe look at Moore Expo myself next year. So again, appreciate that and all the good information you shared.
Yeah,
It's not that far of a drive down there from Wisconsin.
No,
No, it's not. It's like 7 to 10 hours probably. So yeah.
Yeah.
So for sure.
Yeah, that's
So-
an easy trip. Well, guys, thank you so much. Feel free to kick me out. To everybody listening, thank you for listening. We hope to see you guys at Moore Expo either this year coming up or put it on the calendar for next year.
Groovy.
Yeah,
Thanks, Chris.
absolutely.
Appreciate it.
awesome.
Thank you, Chris. Appreciate it.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
Bye-bye. Well, guys, we got to take care of just a little bit of business here. We got to say, Pepe, yesterday's April Fool joke is coming true. Jason's already left the set up for a new host. Marvin, doing an awesome job as a new host of HAMSHACK TV. So with that, let's see if we can just go play.
Money isn't everything. It's the only thing. And everyone has a price for the $1 million man. All right, let's. Money isn't.
There we go. So
Only
thank you,
once.
Pepe. Appreciate that. Only once. Yeah, only get it once. So unless somebody else wants to come in and play and do a little buff, Pepe's the high for the night. So we appreciate Pepe for that and surprising Joshua a little bit of surprise out of that. So thank you for that. And always welcome any other super chats from anybody. And let's see if we can get a few more out there for Josh. And, sometimes I know he gets them sometimes he don't, but appreciate you guys all watching. And we're going to kind of go into an open hour here of the we'll kind of do a quick summary, I think, from all four of us here, and then we'll go back into a kind of open forum hour for the next hour here, and kind of see where things are at. So, Tim, I'm going to start with you in my lower corner. Oh, go ahead.
Did you see John's comment?
I did not. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Michael.
Sorry, I was trying to grab it.
Yes, you can go out and get yourself the World Radio League discount using Ham Radio Guy, or we could do ABR Industries with W0MET. So thank you for being an affiliate and helping out and share the show here on Ham Radio Guy. I'm just kidding. So anyway, gotta give Josh a little bit of a hard time. He's not here, so it's good to give him a hard tease a little bit. So
I think it's only fair that he didn't show up. He's gonna get made fun of a little bit and teased.
Absolutely, we're taking advantage where we can.
Yeah,
I don't care that it has to do with him buying a new house. He should have been here.
that's right.
That's right. Yeah. What the heck? I'm in the middle of waiting to buy one right now. I'm waiting on this text to come through saying, yes, we approve your offer. So I'm doing the same thing in northern Wisconsin. So it's it's so nerve
y'all are
wracking.
buying houses, playing with cars. I'm just sitting all here broke in Massachusetts.
Oh, well, and that's why, because you're still in Massachusetts. I mean, it's a Taxachusetts. So listen, okay, so I'm gonna go into this real quick. I'm going to come back to the summary in just a moment here. But so I got my offer on the house last week, and we did really well with that. That's good. But the thing is, we had to have a septic test. Then we had to have what they consider a drip test of a part of the septic system. Then we had to come in. We had got the full inspection had to be done, and then we had the fire department has to come out and do a inspection of the fire alarms and CO detectors and all that type of stuff. And I was like, holy crap, it's just one thing after another. And it's like, oh yeah, you need another $300 test for this. I had to pay for somebody else to come out and be a witness for the septic test, and I had to pay for that. And it's like,
this was in Massachusetts.
In Massachusetts, to sell my house, it's all these different. Have you sold in Massachusetts?
No, when we bought, they never, the people.
When you bought, you don't know about it, but when you sell, good luck to you, because you have to. Are you on a septic and a well, or are you on city water?
No, we're on septic and well. We do know that was the 5-year test. They did that. We actually just had the septic pump. My neighbor, who is up at the corner when you first turn, they're selling their house. They got a freaking track loader out there right now. They had to dig up the whole septic and put new freaking crap in, new entrances to their septic.
New crap, huh?
So that sucks.
Yeah. So it's one of those things. It's just, I mean, I'm inundated with fees right and left. I'm just surprised to sell all my crap there. And it's like unbelievable. So it's it's been quite a process to go through. It's been a little stressful at times. So don't be surprised when that comes up down the road. But anyway, we'll subside with house stuff and go on. But Dave, I'll give you the first shot here. Just a quick summary of anything from the last hour here with Chris and off-roading.
I thought you were starting with Tim.
I was, but I moved over to you.
Go.
Sorry.
Yeah, fine. Be that way.
All right, I don't care. Whoever wants to go.
Go ahead, Dave.
Oh, I mean, he went over more pretty good, but I truly feel like Tim does. It's more than just an off-road show. It's a weekend with the camping and everything. It's a great vendor show with it, but it's actually there's a lot of camaraderie, not just with the Ham Radio group, but with the Overlanders out there.
Yes,
it's. Until you've been to a show like that, I don't know if you can understand that it's more than just an expo at those type of events.
Yeah, but I think there's so much more. It's kind of like you going to a ham radio festival for the first time, or Ham Fest. It's one of those things you don't realize all the extra stuff you can get and look at, and things that you're like, oh, I didn't know I could get that, or I didn't know I could order that. I didn't know that antenna existed, And so you can go to these expos and pick up something like Factor 55, which can be, part of your buckles and your shackles and your hitches and hitch pins and things to be able to do recovery and stuff with. And they have some just really cool things like, oh, that could make it a whole lot more easier to hook to my winch, And so find some accessories that would really benefit you in a lot of ways.
Yes, they do, and they not just the recovery. They've got
Oh, sure.
events inside in the classroom, and like Tim said, and I think Tim just got us roped into classes for ham radio for next year, without even having to say a whole lot,
No,
because he did reach out last year, and being the first year with the trailer out there, I didn't think I was, and I didn't have time. Our trailer was steady the whole time to put on a class. So Tim, without even realizing it, we're all going to have to probably get together and do a presentation next year.
yeah. So two years ago, Jason actually came in and did a full presentation on amateur radio. What honestly, what it turned out to be was a room full of amateur radio operators that showed up. And so last year he didn't do one, but I'd like to take it a step further and show POTA as an activity. And that's kind of where I was going with this, and doing the POTA tailgate adventures, was just getting out and how you can do more stuff while you're out on the trail. But through that demonstration of, setting up and making those contacts, whether it's Dave, you're doing the Florida QSO party, or you're just doing a POTA activation or whatever, you start building muscle memory in how to do emergency communications, whether you realize it or not. And not necessarily in combat at a structured event where there's a natural disaster or something, but you're on the side of a trail and you're hurt. What do you do? And so, I was doing things like taking the 857 that I didn't use, and a small pack antenna and a small battery, and leaving it in a special box in the back of my Bronco, an orange Pelican case, that I knew if something happened, or if I rolled over or was upside down, or I needed to clear the vehicle quickly, I knew what to grab and I knew how to get away from it. And maybe my cell phone was in the vehicle, maybe it was with me or whatever, but at least I had some form of communication. And those are the kind of things that I want to teach. But then using the amateur radio and things like POTA to do that. And I just saw Paul's. That's kind of why I lost my train of thought there. Moore's away. It's a show, and there's a lot of fun stuff there, but it is really a social event. And on the back side of the fairgrounds is the camping area, and it is full from one end to the other. And it is nothing but people gathering and having a great time and socializing. And there'll be people there that are, not part of our core group that I've already seen a couple times this year, but there'll be people that we met last year and the year before that will be there, both off-roading people and ham radio people too.
Well, that's kind of like where this guy comes in real quick. He goes, "Hey, last year was my first time at Moore. Ended up meeting a good friend there, and I was also ham. Ended up going to their ham club for winter field day. You just end up meeting people and finding people and enjoying time with them and getting to see them at each of the different events down the road as well."
Mm-hmm. And there's always this. Unfortunately, there's this whole butting of the heads of ham versus GMRS, and nobody ever realizes that that's only a small portion. GMRS only pairs up with a very small portion of the ham radio hobby, and so there is much more. If you're talking trail communications, get them on as easy as possible. There's no need to get take your technician's exam if you just need trail communications. GMRS is great with FRS. If you go somewhere and you got some people coming along with you that never been, they can go to Walmart and pick up a bubble pack of radios, and for $15-$20, and at those distances they can easily communicate with you, and everybody has a radio, and they don't even have to be licensed for the FRS portion of that. So there's a lot of advantages for that type of thing. But when you start getting into being overnight, getting out into BLM land or anywhere where there's no infrastructure, or if you're out west in California, there's a lot of open area out there too. And no infrastructure means no communication. So
What is that big group out in California, Tim? I know you'll know what I'm talking about. That does overland out there.
Overland Bound.
It's not Overland Bound. They have a great group, and they actually go out and do exercises in the desert. Out past like Hamed Palm Beach area, in those areas, and they have all the different radios in there for communications, and they do communication exercises, and they'll do some overnight stuff, and it's a really cool group. But I cannot remember the name of them right offhand. I know my brother was a part of them for a few years when he lived out in California. And overlanding is a big thing, off-roading / overlanding. I'm going to put those, two, words together, synchronously here. That, I don't know if there's a big distinguished difference between them, but
no.
Tim, you say no? Okay, yes.
Well,
no,
I don't think there's necessarily off-roading and trail running, overlanding and camping are all pretty much intertwined now.
I think so. Yeah.
To me, overlanding added a price tag to it, because getting off grid back in the 80s and 90s when I was seriously into playing out in the desert and off-roading, there was no such thing called as overlanding, and we were doing exactly what overlanders are doing now. We were getting so far off grid that you didn't have communications. All you had was radios. So to me, overlanding just added a price tag to it.
Yeah,
That's it. That's the way I look at it.
Okay.
That's just my opinion. That's not saying that that's gospel.
Oh, I'm just trying to look and see if I can figure out what that group was real quick. It was like SoCal Overland or something like that. They may have called themselves, but I don't remember right offhand anymore. But
I don't think that was around when I was living out there.
No. In SoCal. I'm sure
yeah,
there is. There's a big-
because Overland Bound has like distinguished group areas, like Southwest Overland, Southeast Overlands, which I belong to both. There is a Northeast Overland. I have not hopped into that one yet, because there's not a whole lot of places to go up here.
no, there's not.
Except for Maine, Vermont, New Hampshire. Unless you want to travel down to Pennsylvania, but you're going to be highway at most of the way. But I plan on doing something after Nearfest. I just had something going in my brain here.
Some of the best trails I've been on were either in northern Wisconsin or the Hatfield McCoy trails out in West Virginia area. Those Hatfield McCoys.
That's very good trail.
Those are very good trails out there. They are a lot of fun.
So there's a Daniel Boone Backcountry Byway that's in eastern Kentucky that is absolutely awesome, and that's like 200 plus miles of unmaintained county roads, mining roads, service roads, just fun. And it's managed. There's like 4 different off-roading groups, I believe, that have come together to manage that. They work in conjunction with the U.S. Park Service, because it weaves in and out. And so they take care of that. They do regular organized trail weekends where they'll come out and they'll do maintenance on the trails, and they'll make an event out of it. And part of that event, people going out and doing things. So they'll knock the bushes back and make sure that things are maintained safely. Right.
Yeah.
It's still a rugged area, and the trails are rated. So, why does my mic kind of look like an Easter egg?
Because it looks like an Easter egg.
I don't know.
Because it literally looks like an Easter egg with stripes.
Where?
Get the cover on it.
There. Does that look better?
Is that better, John?
It actually doesn't sound better when you do that.
No, it did not sound better. No.
Does it sound worse? I mean, does this sound okay?
Oh, that sounds good.
fine.
It was
When
before
you
we
take
took
it
it
off,
off. It sounded
crap.
terrible.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, it
So
sounded terrible.
yeah. So when I lived in Minnesota back about 8 years ago, we had the South Metro Riders, and we had ATVs and side by sides, also different sorts. So we'd go up to northern Minnesota We'd go riding for the weekend, and then we had one part of, I don't know, I'll call it maybe 10, 15 miles of trail that we actually maintained within the Department of Natural Resources, that we helped, keep, cutting brush back. And if there's down trees and stuff, we'd go clear it to keep the trails open and stuff. And it's a really cool thing to go out and do. And there was a couple of us that were amateur radio operators, and we would always have radios, and one would be in the front, one would be back in the back. And like my side-by-side's got a TYT 8600. It's one of the waterproof ones. And, it's a simple basic radio, but, if it gets wet or a little muddy, whatever, I don't care. It's a TYT radio, but it's got, 25 watts, and it, does everything I need and communicate back and forth with other people on the trail at the same time. And if I really needed help, at least I could start calling out on something, you have something out there with you, because you get up in those northern parts, I'm sure even parts of Kentucky or West Virginia with those Hatfield and McCoy trails, there's just no cell reception there, but sometimes you might be able to hit a random repeater or something as well, So yeah, or at least get out in 5.2 and have, if emergency, if you can get out, making SOS with your phone, maybe you start saying, hey, I do have radio communications. I can meet with you on this channel or something, So
No, APRS. Don't forget about APRS.
APRS, yeah. Well, that little radio, TYT does not have APRS, but yeah. So that's a good thing to have for sure, if you can get a digipeater. So.
Well, that's just like what Tim was talking about. The wars between ham radio and GMRS and CB. Like he was saying, with those radios are great. CB, you could get probably a little bit better distance than GMRS, but that's why we're using the GMRS repeater this year to try to draw them in over to the trailer. And like Tim was talking about, because I had the radio, I think even Tim made contacts on it. I know Paul did.
Oh yeah,
but everybody was coming over and using my 710 to make contacts. But we had it set up portable to show what they could do when they're out overlanding out in the middle of nowhere. I had my X10 set up, and that running off matter of fact, it was running off of this battery while we were out there.
I was Rob last 2 years ago. Rob, I filmed Rob, Digital Rancher Rob, doing a couple satellite passes out there. And one of the videos, and I posted it on the Overlanding channel, and that thing got like 12,000 views of Rob just making contacts. Nothing special, just working cues on the bird, right from the parking lot in the camping area. Yeah,
nice. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. If you haven't gotten out and done any type of off-roading, if you got some type of vehicle to go do that with, or can find a group you can get into and go riding with somebody, those sort of things, it is a lot of fun to get out there and just see things that you would not normally see otherwise. Like I said earlier in the show, it's like I was out in South Dakota and about 10 years ago, and I mean, we found a few people that kind of said, hey, over here on the map, because we had these big maps. I mean, literally rolled up maps that I took with me. They're all laminated. And we had, say, hey, over in the spot is where you're going to go find this spot here to go down that little hole. And it was literally just a hole in the ground. I mean, I'm a big guy, but I could get down in there and crawl in there. I was a little claustrophobic because it was a little small, but it was one of those things that, it was still cool to go see, because you're not going to just walk a normal trail or be on the main highway driving down, I-90 or I-35 or something and be able to see those things. So going off road gives you a whole new appreciation for being outdoors and seeing some of nature's wild and cool things that you just don't catch otherwise.
I think one thing that could tie it back to what a lot of us do is that draw of being out in parks, just getting away and doing something different. And I think that's kind of that same thing. It's that the trails that Chris was talking about, where you take 2 days and you go through stops and they give you a kind of a route at the last minute and you go with it. No GPS. You have GPS, but I think the point is it's not, it's more spontaneous. It's not a big planned out. Well, somebody's planning it, but you're not planning it. You're just going with it and being in the moment. And I think that's some of the draw to it. And I'm actually doing something, David. I'm going to need your help. I think I kind of mentioned it, but I'm going to go out early. one of my goals is to try to get as many states activated as I can, and as I travel around, I'm going to take advantage of that. So I'm going to go out there to Springfield, and at some point, that's not too far from 3 other states. So my goal is to head out there early and try to find some parks that I can hit, whether it's Kansas or down to Oklahoma or Arkansas, and camp at least one night at one of the parks, hopefully someplace warm, and then drive up Wednesday to meet up with the guys to get set up there at the expo. So that's the same kind of thing. So when Chris was talking about that, I'm like, well, I'm kind of doing the same thing. It's just gonna be parks, and I'm taking the interstates, or whatever back roads will get me there.
I'm gonna say, you take a lot of back roads to get to Florida this spring or in February. So
I took the interstate, but I went out of my way to get the states along that corridor there that I think it was 77 South, I think is what it was. But
okay.
So I had activated Ohio, but once I got into West Virginia, West Virginia, Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina, and Georgia. So I activated 5 parks that UTC day.
Nice.
And got the Rover Award, whatever, I think a Warthog or one of the Hogs awards. But I also got to do this in 5 different states that I had never activated before. So that was fun. Now coming home, I was in a little bit more of a hurry, and I took the more direct route, and a little bit different, but yeah, no, I met some people, had some problems with the camping in West Virginia, and ended up in the hotel. And while I'm in the hotel, I'm in there and I'm looking for coffee at 11:30 or 12 o'clock at night, and the lady says something to me, and I said, like, I was in the Navy, I could drink coffee around the clock, and then next thing you know, it turns out the owner, or the owner of that particular location of the Holiday Inn, turns out he's retired Navy. And the next morning, she's still working. She introduces me to him. Him and I start talking, and comes to find out he's a ham radio operator. And so I'm telling him what I'm doing. And now he wasn't familiar with POTA, which strange, but he's a CW only operator. And I guess it's hard to talk about POTA when you're just doing dits and das.
Right.
As your only form. But the point is that those just led to yet more adventures, just getting out there, having more fun, and just enjoying. Speaking of more fun, I wonder where Moore came from the Moore Expo.
Midwest Overlanding and Off-Road Expo.
Well, there we go.
Yep.
That's exactly what it came from.
Well,
yeah. Yeah, he said that early on, right in the show. And I was like, oh, I didn't realize that's what it meant exactly. So, what did you say, Michael?
I said what he said.
Oh.
Yes.
But I mean, well, just like Tim talking about getting outdoors with this, everybody thinks you have to have the big lifted up trucks to do this kind of stuff. But exactly like Chris was talking about, most of the stuff they've set up to come into the Moore Expo on the trails, it's gravel, more of gravel roads, but you're out going through the Mark Twain National Forest and all those things. You're outdoors. You're not in city. I would take my wife's, like I said at the beginning of the stream, I'd take my wife's GMC Acadia, and it's not the all-wheel drive one, it's front-wheel drive. And I would take this on those runs.
Dave, would your wife allow you to take her GMC?
Gravel roads. Sometimes, well, right now, probably not, because she just got it.
I was going to say, I was just going to, that was my next question. Is this her brand new one?
Yes. She had a Mazda GLC that I used to take out in the desert. She had a station wagon that I pulled a tent trailer out in the desert with. I'm the type of person, I don't have to have four-wheel drive to get off road. You just got to know how to drive to keep it above the sand and stuff like that. But these trails he's talking about, I would take just about any vehicle on them. I mean, I probably wouldn't take a Cadillac because you go kick rocks up, even on those gravel roads.
Oh, yes.
I don't think I'd take one of them high foreign jobs out there, but I would definitely take.
Who you call high and foreign?
Considered the high price foreign job cars,
Like a
Ferraris
Toyota?
and stuff like that.
But like an FJ Cruiser.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey,
like an
now.
FJ Cruiser.
No.
Hey,
The
now.
FJ Cruiser was the poor man's Toyota. I mean,
I had
one.
What's this
I own
poor
one.
man's white?
I
What's this
own
poor
one.
man shit you're talking about, white boy? It
I
ain't
own
poor man.
I own one.
Have you seen the price? Have you seen you? So you know the pain.
Well,
at
now they're
the,
not poor.
parts store.
No. I bought them when they were brand new, and it was cheaper.
And they were poor.
And I had Steely's on mine. I had Steely's on mine, and everybody that had a FJ Cruiser come up wanting to know where I got those wheels at, and I'm like, factory
Yep.
Steely's, yeah,
Wow.
with a little.
So this is what I would like to see at Moore. I know, Dave, you've got your stuff. I'm like covering my face here. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. You've got your stuff going on with the club and everything. But what I would like to see, and yeah, just exactly. I hate Jeeps. Anyways, what I would like to see at Moore Expo would be a basic radio introduction to communications to show, on a whiteboard what things are, so people kind of start understanding it, showing them what a repeater is. Put a little tower on top of a hill, and you're down here and this guy's down here, and they can't talk to each other. Just the simple things. What
Tim, I think I
VHF
found
is, what UHF is.
I think
we found our presenter.
I think so too.
Yeah.
I've given basic classes.
2027, Michael, you'll be given a class. So
I can have it set up.
You better fly me down there.
And by fly, you mean in the front seat of your truck? Yeah,
Yeah, because you need to bring your FJ Cruiser to it.
that's right.
that's right. It's off-roading.
The old tortoise will make it. That's not a problem. I just don't want to tote my big giant tent behind me.
Hey, they're not nobody. The only one that brings a trailer is
Jason?
Kyle.
From our group.
No, Kyle.
Yeah,
Oh,
He
Well,
brings
he-
a
I
hiker.
might have a smaller trailer by then.
he's it's like a security blanket for him.
That's all it is. Yeah.
Even Freddie Mac's not bringing his trailer, even though he sold his. But even Freddie Mac's staying in a tent.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
we
And
have
Pepe, Pepe, there's nothing wrong talking about barbecue either, because that's right up my alley. I love smoking meats. So.
Hey, Pepe, the second hour is always
Yes.
it can wind up like Clubhouse, and who knows what we're going to talk about.
Paul,
That's
I think-
right.
Paul said he was going to smoke a brisket and bring it.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Sure, yeah.
Oh my God.
That'd be sweet. Yes.
And Paul said he's going to go on the ground this year too.
Yeah, Freddie went and bought a Gazelle.
They've
Yeah,
got some of those camper shells with those beds in the back of those trucks nowadays, and they actually look like they're really comfortable.
Yeah,
So-
they can be. Even the
That's
slide-in
like
campers are awesome.
the old pop-up tents. They were one thing. Some of these new tents that get down to the size of a hiker, when you open them up, it's amazing how big they pop out and how big they come.
Oh, dude, that's the Opus or like my
But-
camper. That tents are
but-
huge.
They've also got a very, very, very steep price tag on them.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Allegedly,
You know how-
some of those ones that I was looking at more last year, $50,000 trailer.
Well, you know,
Not happening.
Dave, do you know how much I paid for my MDC? I think I've told you. I found it for $1,500. It's a 2021. I found it for $1,500.
Wow.
I'm just
I know
saying.
you can buy them used. I'm talking about when you go to Moore and look at some of these ones. Tim
Oh
knows
yeah,
what I'm
you don't
talking
want to buy
about.
new.
Yeah.
You don't want
Hey-
to buy new. You want everything broken and fixed so that you don't have
Yeah.
to worry about it later.
And Julie, along with brisket, I bet we can find some cranberry and goose just for you.
Didn't Jason actually talk Frank into making his beans and sending up a batch with him?
Frank is, yes, he is making a batch of beans, and then they'll be trizzlating on the way up in the Jason's tailgate bed refrigerator.
So is Ham Radio 2.0 coming to the show too?
Oh God, yeah.
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 Oh, he'll be there this year. Okay.
So Jason will be there. Rob, Digital Rancher, will be there. Bill, Hammer.
I know you said Kyle and Rob would be there, but I didn't hear you say Jason there. I missed them. Sorry, I missed that.
Bill.
Yep. Prep and Paul
Freddie Mac.
going to be coming up. Freddie Mac's going to be coming up. I'm coming over from Indiana. Who else? There's
Tank's not coming this year.
Tank is not coming. No.
It seems to me there was somebody else said they were coming, Tim, and I can't remember.
I'm not sure.
And Paul, a question for you. So I know we're going to go down Pepe's road here now because you mentioned it earlier, and we're talking about brisket. Do you do the whole brisket, or do you just do like the flat of the brisket and then take like the bigger, thicker piece up top, the angle, and ever chop that up and make burnt ends out of that? So that's what I'm kind of starting to get into a little bit more, starting to cook burnt ends for the first time. And like I did some about 3-4 weeks ago. Oh my gosh, they were good. So
The entire
brisket. Yeah, there you go.
Oh, Hector will be there. Well, I'm pretty sure Hector's going to be there. He does not have a YouTube channel. We met him last year, and he made an impromptu trip over there because he heard that we were going to be there. It was just talking on Jason's stream, and so it was like the Sunday before the show, and he's like, "I'm retired." So he drove his Sprinter van over there, and we met up with him, and then he was with us at Dayton, Orlando this year, and he was also at Huntsville.
That's not burn ends.
Those are burn ends. Yes.
That's not burn ends.
It's not
Yeah, that's not
ain't much burning going on.
Well, I probably should have cooked them a little longer, but I also trimmed out a lot of the fat, so I don't like all the fat on my meat, so I trimmed it pretty lean. So
That's where all the flavor is, Marvin.
Brandon in the chat.
I know,
he's
but
gonna
I
go
just-
there.
What's that?
Brandon in the chat, he's going to be there.
Brandon will be there. Cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he wants to get with me. He wants a close photo park. There's several around the fairgrounds.
Oh, I thought I thought you were going to say he wanted a close up photo of you.
No, what's a close photo park?
You know, I was actually.
I would break the camera if they did a close up of me.
I was gonna say to Chris when he was on here that being a semi-celebrity YouTube there, I signed a lot of autographs last year at Moore Expo. What it was though, it was the signature receipts for the credit card purchases. But
Mm-hmm.
I'm counting it as
I was just about to stand on my chair because it was getting awful deep.
And
yeah. Well,
Kelly's going to be there too.
Kelly's got awesome.
Yeah.
But Steve from Alpha Tennis will.
Yep, he'll be there.
He'll be there, and he's been there the last couple of years too. Prep and Paul, I had me sign his chest. I hear next with the right Sharpie, I might even sign. Well, I might.
Well, it was kind of funny last year because
I gotta go find
Grandman
tape
Poto
measure.
was just getting the ham radio kids table going. He ran around sticking cameras in all of our faces.
Yes, I did.
Making us do intros. And I mean, you didn't know it was coming. He just all of a sudden walked over the camera. All right, you're going to do an intro for me.
That's
Oh.
hilarious.
Yes, I'm going to start doing that again. That was fun. I did not do it at Orlando this year, but I'm going to
Just
do
give
it.
him a little 3x5 card and say, "Here, read this."
Oh, no, he put us on the spot.
I just
Just hand
basically
it to him. Read this.
Yeah. What? Yep. No. Just basically what's your name, your call sign, if they had a YouTube channel or whatever, and
Ouch.
and you're watching the Ham Radio Kids table.
Nice.
Yeah, and
That's pretty cool. That's a good idea. I like that.
during the the 2-minute intro or the 90-second intro that you put in there, at least it fills it in, and then I would mix them up a little bit. Now I'm playing around with the AI music, which it is what it is.
Yeah.
Julie system.
Guys, I'm going to back out for just a second. I got to take a quick call and let you guys run through the cycle. You got control from out here.
Yeah, I'll play.
Oh, no, we're in trouble.
Oh no.
No. We're not in trouble. Josh,
No,
trouble.
I don't know.
Yeah.
So I finally got my little stick together.
I'm not touching that one.
Shut up.
Hey now.
So, let me figure out how this stupid thing works. Oh yeah, here we go. No, this way. I'm stupid.
Yep.
So yeah, it's just got a little light on it. And it's on my tripod. So that's what I'll be running around with.
So you're gonna get more
Where?
exposure?
And more?
Yeah.
You know, I love you guys, but you know, it just it's a little too much.
Well, you need to plan for it next year. You might be the only FJ there.
I doubt that.
No,
No, you think?
It's tacos and Jeeps are the other two big ones.
I think I saw one Willie's out there last year.
Yeah.
See, Tim shows up in his Bronco. He stands out.
Oh, I do.
Yeah, see my FJ I know would stand out. But what's amazing is there's so many excellent FJ builds for overlanding that I know they go to Ozarks, but tacos and tundras, there's just they're kind of already been played out.
You know, the FJ wasn't even built by Toyota, right?
Yes, it was.
No,
it was
not.
the hell it wasn't.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it was.
It's built by another Japanese automaker.
No, it wasn't. It was built by Toyota.
Nope.
Yes.
Nope. Some company with an H, starts with an H.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
It was built by Toyota.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was.
No, it wasn't.
Prove it.
Okay.
Prove it. I want to see this. God bless this woman. Anyways, she keeps sending me stuff. She's blowing up my freaking Instagram. God. It's terrible when somebody starts sending you a bunch of stuff and your Instagram, just your whole freaking algorithm just goes completely sideways. It's like, what the hell?
See, even Summit said sold by Toyota.
No, it wasn't sold by Toyota. It was made by Toyota because one of the chief engineers designed it.
It was built by Hino Motors.
Hino. Yep.
Hino is Toyota.
Doesn't say, it would say Toyota then, not Hino.
Oh my God. That's
Hey Marvin, how you doing?
Hey, I'm back. So we looks like they wanted a counter offer on our house here real quick, and my wife was like, "Hey, you see the offer or you see the reply?" And it was like, "No." Like, pull up your text and look. It was like, okay. So we're in the middle of this whole ordeal still, and it's just between me and Josh,
at
crazy house buying
8:40 at
stuff.
night. God bless.
Yeah, it's 8:40 at night. Yeah, I mean they came back late with the offer. I mean we had them to them before, I'd say by noon or shortly thereafter today. So it took a while for them to get back, and it was like they made a little bit of a counter offer, which is fine, but whatever. We'll see where it all goes. So
No.
anyway,
It's not,
I'm not going to give this up, Tim. Hino is owned by Toyota. Toyota.
It might be
made the
owned by
FJ.
Toyota. No, Toyota did not.
it is the kids' table. We're all over the board.
My
Hey,
God.
we got some of the kids'
No.
table right here, so why not?
So Marvin, this
Right.
is how this started. So we were just talking about the different vehicles, and the Jeeps and the tacos pretty much rule the roost down at Moore Expo, and somebody said that Tim's truck, his Bronco, would stand out. I said my FJ would definitely stand out, and then Tim's like, "Hey, your FJ wasn't made by Toyota." Oh.
It's like Summit said. That's like saying Textron built Bell helicopters because
Right.
they own them.
Textron built Bell helicopters.
Yeah.
see,
Owned by Toyota. Thank you.
heavy industry.
That don't mean Toyota built it.
Oh,
diesel motor industry.
Stop. Stop.
Look, just Paul, just because you can read Japanese doesn't mean that you're right.
That's pretty good. So,
He's actually over there right now.
right.
Are you in Japan? Bring me back something cool from Toyota.
Yeah.
This is
All
true. Textron does a lot of crap.
Bring him back. Bring him back the corporate ownership documents for Hino Motors.
Yeah, exactly. Damn it. Bring me back a right-hand drive FJ from Japan. That would be cool.
There you go.
But
Do
seeing how-
they still make them over there?
I think they stopped manufacturing them in 2024.
Well, because they were
But
like
like
20,
the
14
UAE and Saudi kept getting them.
they were what 2014 here in the States, right? It was last model year.
Yeah, 2014. Yes.
Yeah. Did you see what Paul said?
Um,
He thinks he trusts Hino built in Japan over the San Antonio built Tundra he has.
Just saying. Paul, bring me back some something Toyota. That would be cool. I'll pay for the shipping.
So they have to replace his entire engine.
Oh, you can buy JDM engines. You can buy super
And it's a
low
2024. That's rough. That's not good. But hey, if they're paying for it, they're replacing it. I guess good for them. So I mean, it sucks for you, but I know
Well,
guy last time he had as a Chevy truck had to replace his engine like less than 10,000 miles on it, and it took him 6 weeks to do it. So I was like,
Well,
holy
that's
crap.
Chevy, so you know.
That's all of them now. That's
Yeah,
every
this is
manufacturer
true.
out there now.
They're just puking them out left and right. Oh God, this is almost like the rabbit and hare show, or the tortoise and the hare show we had last night. Jesus, it's all off the rails.
Well, that's just like Toyota's brilliant idea. I can't remember what year they did it with those transmissions, where you didn't replace the fluid in the transmission.
I heard they put a
Was
diesel
all sealed?
engine.
It
What's
was
that?
all sealed.
Really?
You did not replace it. So
Did not
when you
replace
started having
what?
problems with it, you had to replace the transmission. And
Yeah,
I can't remember
exactly.
what year it was.
My FJ has a completely sealed tranny. Let me rephrase that. My FJ has a completely sealed transmission.
I'm glad you clarified that.
And I've checked the fluid into it, but it is completely sealed. There's no dipstick or anything onto it. And it's the original transmission. It's still strong.
Well, I'll give him that. I mean, I put almost 400,000 miles on my FJ, so it's a heck of a
Oh
vehicle,
wow.
heck of a motor.
Yeah. I just crossed 212 because I've been commuting it. I done commuting it tomorrow. I pick up the new work van.
I was gonna say, are you having to drive your personal vehicle to and from work now? Or you got another work company vehicle coming?
No, they just assigned me a little Ford Transit. It's a 2024 Ford Transit, and it's a sneaker. Yeah, those things scare the hell out of me.
You should
But
get
yeah,
ask for a
but-
truck.
Huh?
Ask
Oh,
them
I'm
for
getting a truck. I'm actually getting I'm getting a Tacoma. I'm getting a brand new Tacoma. We're waiting on them to come in. But my boss promised me, I said I would like a truck, not a van. And he goes, I got you covered. So I am getting a brand new, 2025 Tacoma
Nice.
with a cap, with everything.
That's cool.
So that ought to be fun.
That'll be good.
Dude, I am loving my new job. Absolutely loving my new
and
job.
are you doing kind of what you're doing before?
Yeah, I'm doing exactly the same thing. I'm doing exactly the same thing I was doing before. I've actually done a little bit of teaching this week. And we have a skills trade kid in from the Navy. Hell, he's an E5, Navy E5. But he's doing a skills bridge with us. So what that entails is 6 months before he ETSs, he gets to go and get a job, but the government still pays him his salary or his money, and he works for us, and he's learning a new trade. His rates in IT something or other. I don't know. Tim will know.
Yeah, I think I call him IT man or something like that. Or
Yeah. So
that was the rate that was became active after I left active duty. So, but
yeah, so he's learning. He's a cable monkey, though. You know, he cable monkey and what he calls a green radio operator, which is the Marines radios. Basically, they're literally cart green radios. I was like,
Wow.
why do you call them green radios? And he goes, oh, because they're green. I was like, are you kidding me?
Makes sense.
Harris.
There you go. Absolutely.
Toyota's trying. What's going on, Paul?
Mhm.
Uh-oh.
I don't want a four banger either.
I don't know. The Toyota, I mean, you know, is it a 6 or an 8 that you have now? It's probably the 6. I'm gonna guess.
You said it's an 8.
I heard that they in Japan they put diesel engines in the FJ. I don't know if that's a rumor or not, but I'd like to know what engine it is and order the engine, the wiring harness, and computer. That'd be pretty freaking cool. Yeah, Bob Stone. Yes, they are green.
So I'm looking at Hino Motors history. These guys make these big heavy duty trucks.
Oh yeah, they make.
And there's a rally. They actually have a race team, and there's a rally race of these big giant trucks with like tires.
It's Paris to Dakar. They have huge races.
This looks fun. I'm gonna have to check it out. Like the tires on this truck look like what we would put on a big Hemet or something like that.
Yeah. They're like 48 to 52 inch tires. They're big.
That's just
big boys.
I don't want to pay for tires that big.
Well,
I'm going to scream when I have to replace my 20 inchers.
Yeah,
dude, if you're running through the desert, it doesn't matter. You can run over a truck or a rabbit. It don't matter.
See what he's running right here. They actually are not too bad from my experience. I'd prefer a four banger diesel, and they do put diesels and FJs and Hiluxes and a ton of 1/8, 1/4, and a half ton pickups. Huh. Interesting.
Dude,
yeah, I think Chevy came out with like a little diesel engine a couple years ago, and they're in like their F-150s and stuff. But they dumped those pretty quick. They didn't stick around too long.
Not Ford's the F-150. They came out in the little what the hell was that little pickup truck?
Rangers,
the Chevy pickup truck. They had diesels into them. They were pretty good.
Or like
they dropped them.
The Colorados.
Yes, that's it. The Colorado.
Yeah.
That's Chevy.
Ford had them in F-150s for a little while. And they didn't keep them around very long. I don't know why they didn't keep with diesels. That
and probably the
kind of surprised.
Costs went to the roof for diesel.
Yeah,
well, probably true. It's probably a good point. So
and all the deer pee you had to put in there or whatever. Although I heard
the DEF. Yeah,
I heard. Are they dropping that? Have they decided to drop that? I heard that they're going to.
No, it'd be awesome if it did.
There was something I heard recently that they went back. They've had so many years to do it. They can evaluate it, that it provided absolutely no benefit.
It does. It provides no benefit, and it damages the engine and damages the exhaust system.
For truck drivers, it killed their fuel mileage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's why when they came out with that, after they started making it mandatory, everybody started buying old trucks, so they didn't have to run the DEF, because it literally killed the fuel mileage. And when you think about it, 6 to 7 miles to the gallon, that was great fuel mileage for them, but it was dropping them down to 4 miles to the gallon. And when you're running those trucks, that 3 miles to the gallon makes a big difference.
Yeah,
that makes a big difference. Yeah, it does.
Filters, they're freaking stupid.
Well, guys, we're coming up on the top of the hour here, so let's see if we can do a round table here, kind of what we've got coming up and where things are at. And this is tomorrow's Good Friday, guys, so happy Easter weekend to everybody, and hope everybody has a great
Easter
weekend with family, and happy Easter everybody, and hope all goes well. So I'm looking forward to going home tomorrow night to my wife and seeing her. She's already in at our place in Wisconsin, where we stay there closer to family, and so we're looking forward to seeing her. And should be a good weekend overall. I think the weather's gonna be pretty cruddy, but yeah, it is what it is. So I appreciate you guys watching tonight. We have a steady group of people watching this channel this evening, and with Josh being gone, and I think we've had the second hour has been a little more crazy, but we had a great first hour with talking about the Moore Expo with Chris Holloway and everything that they got going on there, and the other events that he hosts from the Big Iron and the Power Sports Festival as well down in Oklahoma. So anyway, if you missed the first hour, go back and watch that first hour. It's some really good information, and just kind of talking about Moore Expo and ham radio and GMRS and how to bring radios into that field more for doing off-roading of whatever that is, with a side-by-side, a big truck, a car, or whatever you decide to go with, a Jeep. It's one of those things that your kind of choice. But if you haven't done it, again, take some time and go do that. It's a lot of fun, and I've enjoyed it over the years, and I'm looking forward to getting back out and doing it myself, and putting a radio on a side-by-side or an off-road vehicle of some sort, and talking with others when you're out on the trail. It can be really handy in many ways, and just a lot of fun. And I'm sure we've all had radios in our other off-road vehicles with Michael and Tim that don't like they do. So, it's cool stuff for sure. But let's do, if you guys, you don't add anything to that, you can. But if not, Michael, let's start with you this time, and we'll kind of do Tim and Hillbilly and finish off with me, and we'll get this wrapped up for the evening here and kind of move on. Well, I do want to say, Pepe, also thank you for the $5 chat there. We still got time to get a couple more in there, and I appreciate the Marvin doing a good job there comment as well. So much appreciated. I'm glad you guys enjoyed the show tonight with me as the host. Maybe some not exciting. I don't have my mixer, and I can't really do a lot of fun stuff. Unfortunately, it's just running off of a laptop. But
emotional damage.
Well, we always got Michael. Forget about that one. Absolutely. Or Tim. I guess they do have theirs too. So exactly.
That scared me because I hit the button, and all of a sudden I get emotional damage in my ear. I'm like, I know I didn't have it on there. What the heck? Who's been messing with my soundboard?
That's funny. So yes, next week I believe we do have Skywarn coming up. No, actually that is in 2 weeks of Skywarn. We do have Mr. Woodrum coming in. I think it's Charles Woodrum coming in, and that will be a great show. He's a weather advisor for the National Weather Service, and he's big on Skywarn. So definitely join us in 2 weeks. And Dave, do you remember what we have for next week?
I don't remember.
What you got going on, Michael?
Got some business to take care of because Prep and Paul just gifted 5 memberships.
Yes. And I don't know. I don't have his back in for YouTube.
Give me a second. I can look here in a second.
Because I don't know who those went to.
Look at Prep and Paul.
Yes, more green in the chat. I love it. Absolutely.
What do we got? We got IWRC. Okay. Oh, figures Poto Power got a free one again.
Another one.
Chad KD9 wax on, wax off. Nojas Nanjas one. He got one. V8DV. I don't know who that is, but that's awesome. Thank you, Mr. Paul. Appreciate it very much, sir. Thank you.
Also,
wait a minute. Holy smoke. We got more.
No.
We got more.
My
Yep.
God,
Summit.
Yes.
Summit Radio KE2GYH. Thank you for the gifted memberships as well. Thank you guys for that. That's huge. So
I'll read them. We got Chris W4140 So he's just an average YouTuber. DCX Robinson, Amateur Signal Network, Rob Vinoy. I'm not reading all those numbers. And Tara Thompson, KE9CX or CKA. CKA? Yeah, that's it. Awesome. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Money isn't everything. It's the only thing. And everyone has a price for the $1 million man. All right,
well, thank you guys for the gifted memberships on those. That's huge. That's awesome. Really appreciate that. And That's awesome to have those show up tonight on the live stream. I'm sure Josh will appreciate that as well. Well, let's get back into.
Are you done, Marvin?
Yeah, I'm done. Okay, we're gonna quit playing. You take him down. We can't both play again.
There we go.
I don't know.
Hey, so Autism Awareness Month, Whiskey 2 Alpha.
Great idea.
Listen for Whiskey 2 Alpha. Get on there. Get on the spotter pages and make a contact for Whiskey 2 Alpha. They're going to be all across the country this week to the 7th. So autism awareness. I've got friends that have some autistic kids. Some are nonverbal, some are verbal. Rabbit's son, he's autistic, and Rabbit has a superhero for a kid. He really does. But yeah, autism awareness, W2 Alpha.
Rabbit's doing W2 Alpha, isn't he?
Yeah, he is also doing W2 Alpha. I think he did it today. Oh, no, Mike did. N2MAK did W2 Alpha today. Yeah. I think Rabbit might be tomorrow or Saturday. I'm clueless. But I just wanted to make sure I put that out there. W2 Alpha, Autism Awareness Month. Go make contacts with them. You don't get anything. There's no park to parks. There's no nothing. Just make contacts with them and share Autism Awareness Month with them. What else we got going on? Good Friday and Easter this weekend. There's probably going to be lots of contacts on Easter Sunday. You know, everybody's got to say hello and happy Easter to everybody. So I hope everybody has an awesome Easter. I have tomorrow off. Thank God. That's kind of ironic there. Anyways, trying to get out. I've got a couple videos down the pipe. I'm going to try to plug in, do some other stuff. I'm going to try to get POTA tomorrow on Good Friday. And if Sunday works out, I might try to get out. The weather's supposed to be a little bit better on Sunday. Saturday is a no-go. But yeah, get out there, have some fun, get on POTA. You guys anybody ever wants to, any information on overlanding, you can reach out to Tim, you can reach out to Hillbilly. You can reach out to me. If you guys need anything information, check out our YouTube pages. We got a bunch of stuff on there, and I'm slowly building mine up. So, just get out there, go have fun. It's good. It's springtime, ladies and gentlemen. Go out there and have a blast. Tim, up to you.
Yeah. Hey.
Over to you.
So, let's see. Good Friday. I'm sorry. Tomorrow's Good Friday. Sunday.
Yes.
Easter, I will be out live streaming. It's 9 a.m. Eastern time is my normal Sunday morning live stream from the park. This will be powering my 500-watt POTA rig.
Good.
Wow. For that, I'm going to take that thing out and warm it up a little bit and see what kind of havoc I can cause. I was just looking at the weather report. We're supposed to be sunny, but in the 40s in the morning. So it may be from the front seat of the Bronco, but I'll be using like the 7300 Mark II.
Nice.
And Dave, you okay?
I'm fine. I was going to say 500 watt. You don't need to hide in the truck. That'll warm you up outside.
Well, eventually, I'm going to start doing AM activations.
Oh, I can't wait.
Can't wait. Exactly. I love it.
Yeah. So
7.290.
Well, I don't think they realize why we're saying I can't wait.
Yeah, because I will have 500 watts full duty cycle. Maybe you know what? Actually, it's 600 watts. I was wrong, but we'll say 500 to be safe. But yeah, I'm doing that, and then next Wednesday on the kids table, Mike and Becky from Ham Radio Duo, and then Barb,
awesome,
the designer of the new Pebble HF QRP rig, is going to be joining us to talk a little bit more about that and get some in-depth conversations. So if you're interested in that, if you've seen it floating around, Mike and Becky have done some videos on it. I think some other people have, but just try to get them some more exposure. So that will be on Wednesday, and then be planning on heading to Moore Expo the next week. So
Very cool. Very good. Hillbilly Dave.
I guess it's me. Got a couple review videos that coming up. Thanks to Jason and Let's Make a Deal with Gigaparts. They lifted some money out of my wallet, but I've wanted one for a while. I mean, I've got my Comet 500, and I really like that meter, but I kind of got called out by an engineer that don't necessarily trust it because Comets don't have the dips. So I got me a rig stick, but I'm actually going to do a comparison between the two with the Alpha antenna. And then busy with work, and then getting ready for Moore Expo, just like Tim.
Very cool. Good. Absolutely. So I just looked up the quick schedule. We do have Skywarn next week. That is coming up. So Charles Woodrum will be joining us from the National Weather Service talking about Skywarn. It's a perfect time. I know Levi was hoping to join in this evening a little bit, but he's under tornado watches and having issues there in southern Michigan tonight and northern Indiana area. So, we've had a lot of storms coming through just across the U.S. I mean, there was a lot predicted over the weekend. I was listening to some national weather a national forecast that day, and they were talking about the different tornadoes and storms coming through the Midwest and stuff and different parts of the region. So definitely a good time to join and to learn a little bit about Skywarn, why it's important to be a part of it, and to really, be able to provide accurate and efficient data quickly to them so they can, because you're the boots on the ground that really do matter. So Skywarn's an important part of the system to be a part of. And if you haven't been a part of that before, good time to learn a little bit about it and become a part of it. The week after that, we'll be joined by Casey K3SBP, and he'll be talking about POTICAT, how to remote any rig. And it doesn't matter what rig that is. It doesn't have to be a digital SDR. So he'll be showing you how to set that up and run that. And we're looking forward to that episode as well. So we're able to pull him out and get him some time with him. So that's going to be very cool. And then from there, we'll move into a mobile shack setup preview. And if you haven't started sharing your mobile setups and stuff on Discord yet, I will make sure that gets set up in the next day or two. That I thought Joshua was going to set up a channel on his Discord for that specifically. And if it's not on there, I have not been on there in the last day or two to really check that, but I've not seen those photos come across. So we will make sure in the next 2 weeks to share your mobile photos and start getting them on there. We'll create a channel specifically for that. So sorry about that didn't happen last week. I'm sure Josh with his moving, that has gotten a little bit on the sidetrack of things. So between me and Michael, I think we're both Discord admins. We can probably get that created and add that up there. So we look forward to have you joining us on the next couple episodes. And again, we should be pretty good. I don't really have a whole lot on my channel coming up. If I can get a podcast out, probably it'll probably be next Monday. I'll probably do another podcast again. I'll get that recorded before I leave. And I've got a couple of things I'm trying to get just other channel things caught up on. But my evenings this week, I had a winter field day meeting. I will give you the hint and the quick heads up now from Winter Field Day. We should be releasing this in the next couple of days, that we are asking for anybody that is a little bit of a graphic artist or does, want to create some type of art and they're really good at it. We're looking for a Winter Field Day theme image for 2026. And all the rules will be coming out about that and what that setup is. And, who will become the winner on that is anybody's guess. But we are asking, the only thing, not the major thing is it'll be an SVG file. And two is it's not going to be an AI file. So you can't just go out to AI and use ChatGPT to create your image or Grok or something like that. So we want this to be a real, put together image of some sort for Winter Field Day, the theme for 2027. It's going to be our 20th anniversary. So we're looking forward to that as well. So I hope that people will kind of take advantage of that and you'll end up with somebody with a winner and a prize pack. So that should be pretty cool.
Well, I saw your guys' post that you're allowed FT8.
Yeah, that was a little April Fool's. I'll be honest, that one. So absolutely.
No, we're holding you to it, buddy.
No, hold you to it now.
I bet,
We
I
can have
bet you are.
T8 on when
You
it's
and
field
everybody
day.
else, I bet they are. Yeah, right.
If it was on the internet, it happened.
Right. Yes,
long.
Michael.
I put the link to the Discord server in the chat. There is a slot down there at the bottom of the text channels. It says show us your mobile shack. And
Did you just create that, or was it already there?
It's already there, and one person right now is actually typing or posting something as we speak. He will be the number one person, John AI5ZZ.
All right, cool.
So show us your mobile shacks. Come on
setups.
now.
I like what this guy said. Is like, hey, let's see some setups. I need some ideas how to set up my rig. So we'll definitely give you some great shows and some great setups and looking at your mobile setups. You got 2 weeks to get that in, and we'll go from there. Well, with that, guys, anything else from the crew here, from the panels this evening?
Oh, he actually put a video in.
Oh, he's putting a video in. Oh, it'd be good too. Yeah, you can do
it's a video.
Too. We'll do that too. Absolutely.
You know, Marvin, I just noticed. I don't know if there was an acknowledgement, but there were a couple new members early. I think maybe before this in the stream. It's in the start. I don't know. I just
yeah.
I think some of those were there before we even.
No,
I don't know if that.
Those are fresh.
Well, yeah, Gary. It was just
Those are fresh. Hold on, let me scroll up. I just saw.
You got a couple more. I started a couple earlier, but those were just things I was highlighting to go back and hit. I didn't. If there's new people, I missed them. My apologies if I missed you in the channel tonight. We wanted to get started with our guest right away because he had to go. He had a limited time frame, so
he had shit to do.
I think the internet forgives you, Marvin. You're good.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll get forgiven this week. So anyway, well, thank you guys all for joining. If you're new to the show, welcome. Join us each and every week here on HAMSHACK TV. Josh AA4WX will return again next week.
That's those three, I think, for last week for some reason, because Nancy she joined last week on the Rars Fest show.
Really?
No, interesting.
Yeah.
I wonder how that got held over. I don't know.
Just send all complaints to k8mrd@icloud.net and you'll be all right.
That's right. Do I have a little
K8MRD is wrong.com. Hey, wait a minute. We have that banner.
There we go. We have that right there. That's where you need to send your complaints to. So, yep. There you go. Well, again, don't forget to like and subscribe to the show. We appreciate that. And hope you guys all enjoyed it. So, anything else from the crew before we leave?
Well,
no, I want to thank everybody for watching tonight.
Let's throw the shameless plugs in there while we're here.
Yeah, get HAMSHACK TV for 10% off your paid memberships.
You mean through our plugs in?
Oh yes, throw your plugs in. Ham radio guys.
And I also forgot
Marvin.
we may, at least Dave and I might not be here next week. We don't know yet.
Yeah, we don't know what we're going to do next week, so we'll see if the show goes on.
It's very true.
We got the next 3 weeks planned out for sure. So
yeah,
I think he's going to let us go through with the merger before the merger happens. That's gonna those 3 shows are going to still go. So
right.
Yep. So.
You know, I didn't want to talk about this yet because I wasn't sure how you guys felt about it, but Jason's already talked to me.
Has he?
Oh, I figured he was. He's probably giving the show to Tim.
Probably so.
I'm not.
Tim already has his own. Tim already has his own stuff. That's not fair.
That's
we're just not big enough. We're just not big enough.
You got the kids table. You got your own show.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I'm going to be interviewing myself.
Yeah, right.
We'll create our own show, Dave, Dave and Michael.
Before we chase everybody off, we are just beating off the April Fools yesterday. We don't want Josh to lose any of his subscribers.
He just lost 500 tonight. I'm kidding.
Yeah, well, good luck copying and pasting that.
I asked you guys to cover my channel. I came back and I lost 500 subscribers. What you guys do?
He's below 10,000. What happened?
Hey, Tim, Julie said she'll interview you.
Okay.
Oh, good. Perfect.
Hey now.
All right, let me go see if I can close down this show and get this thing rocking. So,
Do you know how to do that?
Have a great Easter, guys.
Yeah.
Julie says she'll interview you. Happy Easter, peepers, and have fun.
Gotta get the music going here too. If we can get her going.
Bye, all.
Oh my God.
Oh, there it is.
Man, I thought you were gonna play a little bit of bump and grind song.
I know. I was starting to wonder for a second. I was like, come on, where is it? Where I was looking for the right one. I know which one it is. I just trying to find it. So
Yeah, you're still
all right,
live.
guys.
Your mics are live.
Yeah, we
Yep.
are. All right, guys. Well, thank you for a great show tonight. I appreciate it. And we do glad you enjoyed the show and hope you found it useful and good information there. And we will catch you next week. Are we going to do it? Should we do it? Have a good night, guys. 73, enjoy it. W0MET, Marvin. Have a good night.